said, Brittany, I'll sell it to you. Just don't like take it to Russia.
Yeah.
And what did she do?
Oh, that idiot. You know there's a teacher in Russia?
What do you mean? Like an American that's arrested?
Yeah, there's like several Americans who are arrested for weed in Russia right now.
Yeah, people were like, can you believe she brought the weed? I'm like, I don't know if she did. I feel like it was just planted on her.
Even if she did, it's like, you gotta get her out. You can't. I mean, look, it's stupid, but I don't know.
I do like they're going to trade the like God of War guy for her, though. Did you hear that?
Yes, that part is crazy.
Like crazy arms dealer?
Yeah.
There is a movie about him that I think Nick Cage
was in it, yeah. It was a good movie. I've seen it.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good. I'm like, man, that guy's pretty gnarly. I don't know her WNBA stats, but I don't know if it compares.
I also, this, like, the Brittany Griner story, is that how you say her last name? Griner?
I think so, yeah.
Is so annoying because it really just highlights how both sides, like the extremes of both sides, you know, like the left is like, well, she wouldn't be there if she got paid what LeBron James did. And it's like, all right, her salary is $200,000. Let's say that's her only money, right?
Yeah.
You're telling me you can't live comfortably off $200,000?
Yeah.
And then she has endorsements.
$200,000 is also just that is like rarefied air as well, like as far as income goes.
Then she has endorsements from like, you know, I can't remember what the companies are, but so that's like extra, essentially passive income.
I just love that we haven't podcasted in a year and we open with her like, lock her up. Well, it's her fault.
I'm not. I'm just saying,
Don't
like,
you have enough money, Brittany?
I'm saying the left is like, she had to go take money from Russians.
Oh yeah,
she didn't.
Yeah,
she wanted more money, which we all want.
We all want more money, and also it's like, ain't nobody forced you to play in the WNBA either.
Yes, and then the right is annoying because they're like, what? You know, they're just like, their stance is like, hey, fuck her. She shouldn't have
brought drugs.
She shouldn't have broke laws.
Yeah.
In another country.
Right.
And it's like, but you guys are the same side that hate government. You hate government control. Them telling what to do. You're like, you're all about freedom, and you're all
anti-vaccine.
You're all about like resisting now. Like that's your thing. Like you're all about resisting. And it's like.
Yeah, they're like, don't tread on me, but also you shouldn't have broke the law at the same time.
So like you're willing to let like an American serve 10 years in a foreign prison just because they had a weed pen?
But other than that, Republicans aren't like hypocritical or anything.
No, they're totally cool.
It's the one time.
Yeah.
The one time.
Yeah.
So are they going to get her out?
They put a deal in place, but like I don't know if Russia is going to take it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, such an insane thing, too, to be like, all right, I'll go play basketball in Russia.
Crazy. I mean, insane.
That is wild. All right. Hey, everybody. We're back.
That's how you know no comedian tours.
Why would you?
Because no comedian is not going to have weed.
So, no, not going to have weed. Also, it's just like the sense of humor over there. Or like if you say something over the line, you're like, hey, look at this jack off. They're like, arrest and kill him.
Yeah. Dude, I went to Atlanta, Georgia last weekend.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take weed to Georgia.
I wouldn't take it just on a plane in general.
Airport.
At TSA, I'm like, no, thank you. Yeah,
that's crazy. I don't want it in my car in case I get pulled over for like speeding.
Bro, I had a sandwich in my suitcase, and TSA pulled it out. I didn't know why they pulled the suitcase, but they're like, this sandwich, what's up with that? I want to be like, just throw it away. Who even cares? I don't even need it. I don't want to go through this.
And dude, I'm not like victim blaming, but it's just like, it's crazy that people have like, either it's like such a lack of like awareness of what the world, like Putin has bodies, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like Putin sends people to other, he has literal like assassins.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I got anxiety though. And they'll understand. That was her argument. Like, it helps me calm down.
I'm like, you know what would calm me down? Not being in a Russian prison.
I'm like sneaking weed. You know what probably gives you a lot of anxiety? Sneaking drugs into Russia.
Just dogs barking at you in the airport. Oh no. Oh, not on the visual podcast.
God damn it. The first video pod.
Come on.
God damn it.
Fucking Brittany Griner.
I know.
Where does it end?
Oh, God.
In more relatable news, got the new house, have the pool here.
Ooh, well, hold on. Sorry, I kept going with the grinder stuff, but I don't know.
Oh.
This is our first.
We're back.
We're
baby.
back,
We're
guys.
back. We are back, and not much has changed.
No.
At all. This is it. I don't even know if you were married. When,
No, I've been married. Shot a second special, toured the country, and you bought a new house. Moved out of the city.
Moved out of the city, starting to do a little bit of road stuff. Very excited, very inspired by you. You've been crushing it. So it's been very fun.
It's been great.
That first weekend of like going on the road and somebody being like, "Hey, you want to come out?" I'm like, "Ooh,
yeah!"
It was so exciting.
It's the best.
But real quick, not to flex, but I have a pool now, and very relatable podcast for everybody. But the pool needed a lot of work, and the company that did it, the guy that was in charge, he's from Moldova, which isn't Russia, but it is just
our buddy Alex, friend of the pod's from there.
Yeah. And I felt like such an idiot too. I was like, my friend Alex is from there. And he goes, okay. Just like, that's how you become the dad that like he's racist. So like he's just an idiot. I'm just like, do you know Alex?
I've had so many people say that to me when they find out like my last name is Khan. They're like, oh, do you know an Aisha? I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
Khan is like the Smith of Pakistan.
Right. And you're like, but yes, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, but so the pool, it took a bunch of work. I mean, it needed they worked on it for like 5 days in a row, like all day, every day. One day they worked until like 10 p.m.
Jeez.
And it was dark out. And I was just like, are you guys good? Like, it's like 10. And he's like, yeah, we're fine. We started late because of rain, so we needed to make up for time. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But they finished the pool, and it like looks great, looks amazing. And he like came over to like check it out.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, thank you so much, man. Hey, they said it couldn't be done. He goes, who said that? I was like, no, not nobody. Never mind. He was just so confused. Who said that? I was like, nobody.
That's
like,
great. Yeah.
Like, to your point of like doing comedy over there. They're like, what?
Yeah.
Did your wife really say this? Kill her.
It's nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, man, things are great. You're still in the city. Carjackings are up in the old neighborhood.
Right now we're going through this, just a rough patch of, 1 to 2 carjackings a day for the last several weeks in my neighborhood.
That is insane.
It's crazy. I got to be honest. I think we went a little too hard on defund the police.
Right.
Just give them their tanks back. I just want to feel safe in my fucking neighborhood.
Yeah. I tell you what, you see one tank going down the avenue, probably not going to steal a car.
Oh, yeah.
Just ripping up the road.
Remember when you found out cops had tanks? You're like, what?
And now you're like, use the tank.
I know. And now we're just like, you know what? If I saw a tank roll up, I'd stop committing crimes.
I bet they're so excited to use the stuff too, like riot gear, the whole thing, the like tactical stuff. They're like, yeah, let's suit up. Let's go.
Yeah. I remember this really funny comedian, Bobby Kelly, had a joke about he's fat.
Yes.
And he had a joke that he did on Fallon about riot cops and like how he would hate to be a riot cop because his weight fluctuates so much. He doesn't want to be that one fat cop that like it's barely fitting into his like riot gear.
Yeah.
And then during the all the racial upheaval during COVID, there was like a picture of a fat riot cop who barely fit in his gear, and I was like, damn, that is
where it's like the like strap from the helmet's like way out there, making the double chin.
I think cities in general are just like insane right now. Like you have the 10 cities, and then carjackings are up all across the U.S. cities.
And people stealing like catalytic converters and shit like that.
Yeah, Nissans and Kias and shit are hot items. Apparently there's a TikTok. We got to get rid of TikTok, dude.
The TikTok challenge.
I mean, we're going to put some of these clips on TikTok, but we got to get rid of TikTok. It's a Chinese weapon.
Yeah. Dude, but we're using it to our advantage. Like and subscribe. Thank you.
TikTok, one of the fads on TikTok is they're teaching people that you can start some cars with a USB cable.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so now I think some, kids,
enterprising youth,
just having fun, or I guess carjacking people to do this TikTok trend.
TikTok challenge: steal your neighbor's car. Do it, everybody.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude.
That's whoo. woo. I remember like the knockout challenge. I don't know how real that was, but I just love the idea. That
It was
the
real.
challenge is just knock a stranger out. Like, holy
Crazy.
fuck.
Just like walking down, just
God.
knock. And it was like old people too.
Yeah. I did that. I did the weekend in
How was
Pittsburgh. It was so fun.
Yeah.
So it's technically like 20 minutes outside of Pittsburgh. It's in Homestead, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, comedy
And
clubs are almost never in the city.
It's like Magoobies here, where people are
Yeah.
like, "What's up, Baltimore?" And you're like, "All right."
yeah.
But yeah, so it's in a shopping center. It's a Pittsburgh Improv, and it's in one of those shopping centers where they're trying to make it look like a town now, like a neighborhood or whatever.
A lot. That's how all the newer clubs are.
Yeah. So it's
It's
just
like an outdoor, indoor mall.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like the Yankee Candle Store, the Carhartt
Yeah.
store, Starbucks, the
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Improv,
Yeah.
Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. The weekend was really good. The host Colin, he was supposed to feature, so he forgot, or like he reached out to Dusty a while ago. It was like, hey, when you come back, can I feature? And he's like, totally. And then like booked me, and then so there was that thing of like but he was very nice. He was actually doing a headlining show on Sunday.
Yeah.
So he was great. Dusty was really great. Yeah, I was a little hungover when I got there. The night before in Nashville, we hung out with Steve Byrne, his wife and her sister,
Nice.
and then Joe DeRosa came to town.
Wow.
And so Joe was there, and then like I had a couple, and so like I was just like fanboying out a little bit. I was like, "Hey Joe, I interviewed you for my podcast in like 2014." He's like, "That's cool." I was like, "I saved the voicemail you left me," and he's like, "Okay, guy." So I like showed my ass a little bit, but I was still just like, this is great.
Yeah.
Because then I was like, and then I'm going to Pittsburgh tomorrow, and then I was like, whoo, at the airport the next morning, like, my God.
Yeah.
But we get to I just happened to be in Nashville where Dusty was flying out of, so we flew together, and then we got a car from the Pittsburgh airport to the hotel.
Oh, nice.
Which was great, yeah. So we're looking for this person in like the car service, like it's by the Avis stand. We don't see them, then we come back in, so it's a different Avis stand. See this woman, and she's like, "Oh, I'm actually here." Like, nope, no problem. And you could tell like we're just trying to get to the car, and so we get outside, and it's raining, and it's this woman who's in like, it's got to be in like her 50s, and dyed black hair, and it's raining, and she looks at Dusty. She goes, "It's raining. I didn't realize it'd be raining. I have to go get the car over there. Can I wear your hat?" He's like,
wait, who Dusty said this to you?
No, the woman.
Oh,
says,
the woman.
Linda says this to Dusty.
Oh,
like,
and if people don't know, that's like
Dusty Slay. Like, of all people to borrow a hat from, he is the hat guy.
Yeah.
Like,
he always has a hat on. He
Always.
has long hair, straight hair, hat.
Yep, big
beard.
beard, big glasses. It's just like his look.
Yeah.
And always has like an old kind of like white vintage hat for the most part. And it's a Kmart hat, but it's like a vintage Kmart hat.
Yes.
Like it has the K on it. And she's like, "Can I wear your hat?" And he goes, Linda, I'm so sorry, but no.
Good.
I'm like, it is kind of out of pocket for her to ask for some, like, even if it was just you and me. If you were getting a car service, they'd be like, "Can I wear your hat?" Be like, "What?"
Dude, sometimes you come across people and you're just like, the things strangers will ask other strangers, like where they think it's like a small favor.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's bizarre.
And without like, she did say, "I'm so sorry to ask," but it was just like, it wasn't just like,
and how does she take it?
She was like, "I completely understand. I get it." And he's like, "I'm sorry. I love this hat. It was expensive, and I
don't want to get it wet.
Yeah. And she was like, "Absolutely. I get it."
In her head, she's just like, "Kate, this fucking idiot, the Kmart hat."
But no, she took it in stride.
Yeah.
She just like, she was wearing like a little like suit jacket thing. She just put it over her head. But the weird thing is like, she was parked so far away. So we just watched this woman just walk in the rain. Like it looked like she quit her job and just took off.
Goddamn.
So yeah, it was, and then we get in the car and she goes, "Oh, okay, Homestead. I think I know how to get there." I'm like, "Think? It's your job to like didn't plug it into anything." I mean, we got there, but yeah.
Was it an Uber?
No, it was a car service.
Dude, that's so funny. We I was in Well, two things. One, like strangers asking questions. I'll never forget this. This was like 10, 12 years ago. I was in a Starbucks with some coworkers.
Yeah.
And like this is when like these like green matcha things were like new and everyone was getting them. So
right.
and it was like a frappy matcha drink. Mm-hmm. My coworker got one. And we were talking to this woman behind us. It's a complete stranger. She's like, "Oh, I always wanted to try that. That looks good. Is it good?" My coworker's like, "Yeah, you should get one." Blah blah blah. So my coworker gets her drink handed to her. Puts the straw in. Sometimes you put a straw in, a little bit seeps out onto the lid. The woman's like, "Can I just try this?"
Larry, would you mind if let me just slurp that up.
My coworker, like, this is the difference between being in your 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
If somebody asked me that in my 20s, I would be like, okay. And that's exactly, my coworker was like, okay. So this woman took her finger across the top of the cup and went, "Oh yeah," and I'm just like, and then like my friend is also that girl, my coworker, a germaphobe. Like she was just like, she was like, "This sucks."
Wow.
And
did she drink it?
I think so.
I would have just given it to her. If I'm a germaphobe, I'd be like, "Hey, that's yours now."
Like just like you slide your finger across the top of a straight, like you do that to your child. Even if you do that to your friend, that would be insane.
I wouldn't do that. Yeah,
I'd be like, "Bro, get the fuck
I'd be like,
off my."
Get your own. Dude.
Yeah, it's $5, you idiot.
Give it a shot.
Crazy, dude.
A stranger. Let me try that. Go try that.
Oh, dude, if someone said that to me now, I'd be like, absolutely not. But you're put in these awkward situations where we're so worried about not looking like a bad person,
or like making it weird,
or uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I definitely have that that in me. That what's it called? Where you're like codependency a little bit. Where you're like, no, it's okay. Don't worry. Go ahead. It's totally fine. But yeah, at that point, if a stranger is trying to get their finger in your drink, like, nah, no thank you.
Crazy, dude.
No thank you.
I've had strangers ask to take like sips of my cocktails and stuff, and I'm like, what?
No, I don't mind doing that with a friend.
Friend, 100%.
Stranger, beat it.
Yeah.
Get out
Crazy.
of it. Yeah, so I think, the rest of the weekend was pretty chill. Like, we just, like I said, we were next to that, like, shopping center, and then Dusty was like, so I want to. There's a Lowe's over there. I want to go to the Lowe's. And what I need to do, I'm building a light outside. I had a light, and now I kind of took it apart, and I'm putting it on the ceiling outside on our little like, porch area. So what I need to do is I need to go to the Lowe's for about 2-3 hours and walk around. And I was like, all right, let's go.
But that's the best thing about the road is like you do all this stuff.
Yeah.
That you don't want to do when you're home.
Well, he was like, yeah, I want to do this, but every time I go to Lowe's, I'm with my wife and my daughter, and they're like, and then nobody is trying to help you at Lowe's either.
Yeah.
Like, we did walk around for, I'd say, close to 2 hours looking for parts and stuff.
That's great.
But it is, it's awesome that he's at a spot in his career. He's like, yeah, I'll do the shows and stuff, but what I really need are parts for my light at home. That's the thing he was most excited about.
My move on the road, if I have like, you have so much free time.
Yeah.
But if I have access, like I'll do all my I'll go to like Target and buy like toiletries.
Yeah.
I remember one time I bought I needed to buy like a winter coat, so I did that.
Right.
A raincoat, because like I hate doing that stuff at home. But you're just like you have all this time to kill before the show, and you're just like, fuck it, let's go.
And you're like, I haven't masturbated in a while. I should probably catch up on that on the road.
Yeah, exactly. You do that a ton. It's crazy.
It is funny. You're like, well, it's 4 hours till showtime.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Free hotel.
What am I gonna do?
Did you get a hotel?
Yeah,
nice.
It was
Improvs give hotels.
It was so nice. Yeah, I feel like it was like the luckiest I could be with that situation. Like Dusty's so cool.
Yeah,
the crowds. So the first night, it's Pittsburgh, which hates Baltimore, which it's also like, come on, settle down. We're basically the same.
Pittsburgh is beautiful though.
Yeah.
Did you go into the city?
No, we were like I said, we were like 20 minutes outside of the city and didn't have a car. And then it's also, so I also worked Friday, and then Saturday we were free and kind of like bopped around a little bit, like just in that little shopping center. Like there's the Carhartt store. I was like, I'll get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and then I was like, all right, that's my big thing for the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first night, there was just a guy up front that was hammered, like literally cut him off. and there was only one show on Thursday. It starts at like 8. I'm like, the sun isn't even down. He's like, they won't serve me no more.
Jesus.
And so I just riffed on like how our accents sound the same, and like it actually went pretty well.
Good.
So then Friday night I was like, yeah, I'm from Baltimore, and the first show was sold out, and people were like, boo, and I'm like, whatever, we're basically the same in our accents, and like I kind of just like tried to recreate what I did the night before, and they were like, boo, and I was like, I mean, I went up there so confident. Like, I wrote stuff during the day. I'm like, we're basically the same. Like, you guys are the Steelers. You don't even make steel. We're a port city that nobody wants to go to the port. The Ravens are named after Edgar Allan Poe. He didn't even live here. He just got so drunk he died in the street.
Yeah.
Like, we're both trash.
Yeah.
And they were just like...
At this point, you're giving them a history lesson. They're like, where's the jokes?
I was like, we're the same. Just trying to riff, and they're like, fuck you. And I was like, oh, cool.
That's awesome.
And then, so I had to dig out of that. And then luckily, the next night, I was like, I drove through Baltimore. And they're like, all right, we'll listen.
Yeah. I had a similar thing happen. I was in Atlanta when you were in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And it was my second time there. It's Punchline is a great club. There was only one of the shows sold out, the early Saturday show, and I was on fire, like murdering.
Yeah.
And I get to this one joke where I make fun of women a little, just playfully.
Yeah.
And essentially the joke is like, I riff on like how we, 4 years ago we were saying like the future is female. We went to the women's march, and now we're in the future and everything sucks. And I give examples, and then the punchline is like, well, if the future is female, is that why everything sucks right now?
Right.
Usually does well, blah, blah, blah. Dude, it might be the first time where it was, it wasn't a boo, but it was close. It was a lot of like, ooh, like the whole crap.
Dang.
And it's weird because like it is, the club is in a rich part of town, so it's a pretty mixed bag of people.
Yeah.
No one like you're still in Atlanta proper, but you're like north, I think, and you're in the richest part of Atlanta. And so I don't know. It was, and then my next joke, even after that, is a joke where essentially I just call ISIS gay, but in like it's a play on words.
Yeah.
And man, rough.
So you followed it with that?
Yeah, I was opening for my buddy
funny.
Liz.
It's just funny. It's like, all right, you didn't like the anti-female stuff. ISIS is gay, and they're like, well,
yeah. So Liz Mealy, who I've opened up for and I've known for a while now, she was like, dude, I'm gonna tell you again every time, just. I love your stuff, but stop apologizing on stage. So I just I was like, and then that show I did, like, I just kept doubling down. And it was working. Yeah. They didn't like I think they still liked me, but just, they were like, oh, these jokes are too much for us.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they're still having fun, but they're like, whoa.
And, so I followed with that, and that got like nothing, dude. And, I mean, I came out of it. It was nice, but like, I was just like, fuck it. And it was cool. I might post it because I have the clip, and after like my next show got an applause break after that.
Right.
So I was like, oh, okay. But that's just, I don't know. That's just what happens.
That's just how it is sometimes. Yeah. And then, it's nice when you have multiple shows too, because the next day I was like, fuck, I need to do so much better. And so like the next night was another sold out show, went way better. And I got off stage, and Dusty was like, hot set, and I was like, thank you.
Well, that's the thing about the road is like it really teaches you where you have jokes and where you don't have jokes.
Yeah.
Because when you're in front of strangers in a different town, they don't know anything about you or what reference. Like you have to like.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest thing I see in local scenes is it's too self-referential. And people are murdering.
Yes.
And I'm just like, this would never work anywhere else.
Right. And Dusty brought up a good point too. He's like, the first night that it killed when you riffed on the audience thing. He's like, but that was the middle of your set.
Yeah.
So like they know you, they kind of like you already. But I come out of the gate and I'm like, hey, we're not so different. They're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
We don't know you. I'm like, right. Right.
But also, I just hate that whole like when you say a thing where people like boo it or cheer. It's dumb.
Yeah, I also too. I was like, I'm not Lamar Jackson, right? Like, settle down. I don't play for the Ravens. It's fine. But just like
that, like boo. You're that invested.
Yeah,
you can't let go of.
Yeah, like
It's
boo,
annoying.
boo. I'm like, all right. That's why I was like, we're not so different. But yeah, it was nice to have like the Saturday sets to be like, okay, cool. I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
And like I dug out of it, but it is like the first weekend where it's like I just wanted to be like home run after home run. And then yeah, you fuck up a little bit and it was like especially out of the gate, but luckily I got it all back.
Yeah.
That set. So yeah, that was great. It was very fun. Yeah, we didn't get to hang out too much after the shows though, because yeah, the first time he came to town, we just had cigars in the Chili's parking lot in Magoobies. It was great, but he's like trying to watch his health now, so he's like, I'm not really doing cigars and stuff. So we just like went to bed early, and then Sunday he flew out at 6 a.m. So he left the hotel at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, I'm waiting for most headliners don't like Mark. Like I opening up for Mark Norman is crazy because he's like the only one that I know that hangs out.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I'm wondering like when that's gotta stop. No one can keep it going.
We were joking that a good night's sleep is like the new drugs.
Yeah.
You're like, God damn, I woke up, I felt great.
And that's just so funny because like Mark, his whole thing is like, he's like a big drinker, party guy. And like he does drink.
Yeah.
We do drink, but we don't like go out. No, we get, I get hammered. I don't know if he does, but I'm like fucked up.
Yeah.
And, but we'll sit in a green room literally until 3 or 4 in the morning.
Oh yeah, didn't you fall asleep in a
Yeah, dude, we were in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
It was the third Friday night show. The shows were so good. Like it was like, dude, it was like happened to you. Like I came off stage and I was like, dude, they're good. He was like, you're good. You killed. And then he runs on stage and I was like, yes.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, that's drugs right there. That compliment, you're like, I am invincible now.
Yeah. And then I posted this joke. I had to go to the doctor's office. I had these skin things right here and here. And I was like, Karen was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, I don't know. They just come around every summer. And she's like,
on both sides?
Well, it used to be just on one side. They're gone now. And she's like, go to the fucking doctor. I'm like, all right. And so I made an appointment. Bro, getting in with a dermatologist is so they are like the celebrities or something of the doctor world. I called this one office. This woman was like, yeah, we can get you in fucking February.
February?
I'm like, there's something on my skin I need you to look at. You think should I just wait until February?
She's like, let's let it get good and cancerous by February, and then we'll get it.
And I called 3 people. That was like the response, like September, November, December. And I was like, so I found a place, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then they said a week. And then I get there and it's gone. So I explained what was going on. He was like, it just sounds like a heat rash, dude. So he gave me some like steroid cream.
Uh-huh.
And anyway, while I was there, the intake nurse was I've had so many weird. The first time I went to a dermatologist, dude, I remember the intake nurse was like, hey, we're training some medical students. And I was there to have something looked at that was on my penis. And she was like, we're training some medical students.
Oh, yeah. When you were like, is my dick too big? And they I remember that. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
And she's like, do you mind if like they come, just so they can get some experience? Like
mind if
students.
They come? My God,
I know.
Umar.
And I was like, I'll see what I can do. But
how many students?
Well, she didn't say. She said just some. We're in doctor like seeing the what is the room called? Observation room or whatever, like where they see you.
It is obscene. Yeah. I'm with you.
It's smaller. It's half this. It's like maybe quarter size of your living room.
Well, this is not the living room. This is the sitting room. Sorry, my palatial estate. Yeah. Please get it right.
Doctor walks in. 9 fucking interns walk in. 9.
So the Slipknot of interns come in.
9. Yeah.
A whole Wu-Tang comes in. Yeah.
9. My pants are already down. And I have that thing over me, like that like thin paper thing they put over you, like at the dentist office.
And then your dick just goes inside your body. You just hear go. Whoop.
Huge, not huge. Huge penis. Like just.
How small it is gigantic.
Yeah. It's a huge penis.
It's gigantically small.
Yeah. What is that literary term where you use like two opposites to
compare? Not a simile. Producer
Tiny Tim. What is tiny? You know what I mean? Or like huge
producer. Like a jumbo shrimp, you mean, or something?
Yeah. What is that?
Like
There's a name.
Oxymoron?
Maybe.
I think that's what it is.
Oxymoron. Yeah, we're going for that effect.
It's tough when you can't think of a word. I'm like, is moron in it?
Yeah.
Good God.
So, Josh got it. Thank you, Paul.
All right.
And so, the doctor looked at it. He's like, you got this from whatever. And then he's like, all right, guys, come take a look. So then 9 doctors just walk up and like do this and look at my penis and like, oh, okay, and I'm just
you
like,
just hear me like, oh, penis. Yeah,
it's a night. It was a nightmare. Like it was crazy. It was insane. So and again, another thing. I was in my early 20s. Today, I would just be like, I just want one person in this room to look at my penis. And I want it to be the most qualified.
My wife.
Yeah. I want it to be the most qualified. It's like, yeah, but they need to learn. Fuck them.
Who's your most qualified dick doctor?
I'm like,
I'm too old to mess around.
Like, I'll take a picture and text it to them, but I'm not the shame of.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a nightmare. Dude.
Already teenus because you're scared as well, and then like scared.
Yeah.
Like what were you afraid of that was on your dick?
I had like warts or something, but it was like something. Else, and it was just it sucked. It was just like such a bummer.
They're looking at each other like,
so then this time I go to the dermatologist and
right,
and they just like she asked me, she said, how many nights out of the year would you say you have 5 or more drinks? And I'm like, wow, that is an insane question.
Out of the year.
If you say like a month, a week,
that's tough.
Ask in a week and then you do the math. Don't make me sit there and do the math in front of you.
And be like, okay, so a couple of weeks carry Christmas. Then there's the summer break. Like,
so my response started with, I was like, look, I don't work during summers and I'm around free alcohol a lot, because when you're in comedy clubs, it's free.
It's everywhere.
And I mean, I gave I said
200 drinks,
which is
200 nights.
Yeah, which is nowhere near
200 nights of 5.
I was just like panicking. I was like, I don't want her to think I'm lying, because you go to that thing where you don't want to come across as like a liar. And I was like,
Umar Kreischer over here, everybody.
Yeah. I was like, 200? She's like, okay. And now I'm like, I kind of want
1,000 drinks.
Yeah, I wanted to call her back and be like, I think 50 might have been more realistic. Even that seems like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it does add up. So what would 50 be? So that would be what?
Divided by 50.
That'd be like a little more than twice a month.
Yeah, which probably is
that you
true.
have 5 or more?
No, 5's a lot.
5 is a lot.
But dude, those tequila sodas go down.
Yeah, I tell you, and I've been more in a little bit of a lager zone due to producer Paul. He's on that Corona tip.
I only
much
drink.
Better.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, IPA. I can't wait for breweries to be. They're the new malls. I think they will be the new every town's gonna have a brewery that's gonna turn into like, I don't know, something like I don't know, like a
axe throwing place.
Yeah, an axe throwing place. Yeah.
I like seeing the breweries that get too big and then another brewery moves into the smaller one. I'm like, this isn't sustainable.
Yeah, it's our town, Baltimore, is a tiny town.
Yeah.
And we have like over 20 breweries.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, but it's I tell you, I mean, I don't think
there aren't enough vests to fill these breweries, everybody. You can't walk into and it's like I will say this, breweries do bring like a very diverse. It puts like the hipsters and the like bro douchebag people.
Sometimes,
I mean, hipsters are douches also,
but like it can be hipstery, kind of the hippie granola people are also in there
under one roof.
Bros that play in a kickball league also grabbing some brews.
And
it's easy too when you're out of town to be like, let's go to the brewery, like, or if somebody comes in from out of town.
Not a fan.
We lost power for 4 days at the house which was like our staycation week too. Like we moved and did all that stuff.
Yeah.
I know. It's brutal out here. It's brutal.
Yeah.
But a tree fell on a power line, and it was just like we were just done for 4 days. So luckily you were out of town, so we stayed at your place for a couple days. But yeah, trying to fill the days, we were like, all right, when does Union, which is a brewery in Baltimore, we're like, all right, they open at noon. I guess we'll be there at 12:01 because you're just trying to fill the time too. And then we went there, and I was like, yeah, I've been doing lagers recently, and they do these beers where it's like test beers for like the month where they're not like ready to put them in production, but you can get them if you go to the brewery. And then a thing was like called like the Ghost Lager or whatever.
Right.
And I was like, cool, I'll have a couple of those. And I'm like, what are they, like 4%? Went to another brewery a few days later on the same thing of like, we got to go somewhere with air conditioning.
Yeah.
And they had that beer there.
Oh, nice.
And it said 8.4%. So I was drinking like 2 of those during the day. And I'm like, all right, let's go get Indian food.
Well, that is it. That's like adult life is so unimaginative, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't work. Yeah. Like, because I don't work during the summer, you're just like, well, what do you do all day so you don't spend money?
Yeah.
And you're just like, because your instinct's just like, let's get a drink. You know, like that's just always your instinct.
Yeah, and it's funny that that's what we'll settle for too. We're like, yeah, getting slightly fucked up, we should do that. That's better than doing nothing.
And it is crazy. Like I remember, we were in Atlanta, and I felt bad. You know, Karen was with me; her family lives there. But like, it's just not like the most ideal getaway weekend if it's a comedy weekend. So like, let's go get a drink and. Oh no, we were in town. I did a show and I was like, I felt bad for Karen. I was like, let's go get a drink. I did a show. It sucked. Or it was fine, but I made like no money. I should have asked for way more money. And we go get a drink, 2 drinks. We have to sit outside because inside was so crowded and loud. And it was like over $30 for 2 drinks. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
That's wild.
This is like a quarter of what I just made.
That's
this
insane.
Sucks.
That's insane.
Yeah, so you're just like I gotta chill. On
when you do
cocktails.
When you do that math too, you're like, all right, so that's half of what I made this weekend on like some like trip to wherever. We went to Dick's Sporting Goods, and 2 comics from New York were on their way to Cleveland, and they know Dusty. So we all like got lunch. We all got lunch at this place, Permanente Brothers.
Yeah, that's what they're known for.
Yeah, so this is like their spin-off one. It's not the original location, but it's just fucking insane. It's like the bread is like this like 2 inches thick on each side, roast beef, coleslaw on there, French fries, all kinds of shit. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get pizza. And she was like, I was like, can I get a slice of pizza? And the lady's like, we don't have pizza. And I'm like, all right, like on the weekends. And then I ordered another thing. She's like, we don't have that. I was like, all right, we'll have the fried mac and cheese balls. But anyway, so we get it was just like, so that was gnarly, but it was like, it was fine. But we were just walking around, and we went to Dick's Sporting Goods, and everybody bought shoes. And then I was like, I'm not going to buy shoes. Like 2 of the comics needed shoes. I think Dusty got socks, but it's like, it's just so easy to spend money.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's $90 right there. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah. There's one show gone on like shit that I didn't need.
Exactly.
So like, I'm really trying not to spend money on shit.
Yeah.
Especially just buying a house. I'm like, we're good.
Yeah. It sucks.
Except, important stuff like garage doors, you got to upgrade. You know what I mean?
Nice.
You got to upgrade. Dude. We had to get a tree removed. Yeah, because it was dead. So it sucked because our friend Ari came over, and because we were asking her about like stuff to do at the front of the house, and her husband Dan, he is an arborist, right? Or like works.
No, but he does work outside.
Yeah, he was just like, hey, that tree's dead. I was like, cool, the biggest fucking tree right next to the house. So called a service, and a guy came over, and he was just like, man, this is a big tree, we're gonna have to rent a crane, come in, blah blah. And I was like, yeah, dude, I get it. Like, what are you thinking, like price wise? I was like, because I'll be honest, we just moved in, we did not plan for this expense. I understand we got to get it removed. He was like, man, I mean, just off the top of my head, and I'll get back
hold on before you say it, what did you think it would cost?
I was like $2,000.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'd have to like get back to the office and crunch the numbers and, and I'll get you a better estimate. But off the top of my head, again, thinking we need the crane, couple guys here, probably around $5,000. And I was like, bro, I'm going to be honest. And also, I have no shame at this point being like, is there any wiggle room in that? Any price that anybody gives me, especially for shit that we get done around the house? I'm like, is there wiggle room in that? People are like, yeah. Like the worst they can say is no. And I'm like, I don't care. So the guy's like, but yeah, I'll get back to the office and I'll let you know. Sends me an email and he's like, all right, Josh, see the attached invoice. This motherfucker sent over a spreadsheet and it just said, it was like, their little watermark at the top of like their company and all this stuff, our address. And then the invoice, there's just a rectangle where it says tree removal, $5,000. I'm like, what is in the $5,000?
Yeah.
I email him back. I was like, thanks, but like, can you give me like a breakdown of that? He just basically sends it back where he's like, tree removal, $5,000. It was the same thing. And I was like, no, thank you. And then I called another company and they're like, we can do it for $3,000. I'm like, perfect.
Nice.
And it makes it seem like a deal because I'm like, hey, it's not $5,000. But yeah, it was fucking insane.
Damn, dude. $3,000 to get a tree out of your goddamn house.
But I'll say the very next day is the day we got a crazy windstorm, and that's when the tree down the street fell. So it's like, if we didn't get that removed, I don't know what the fuck
would
happen.
It fell on your house.
Yeah, and then the weird thing is at the base of it, there was concrete in the tree. So, like, I don't know how long the tree has been there or if they knew it was dying or somebody
was like a quick fix.
I guess to give it like a spine or something like that. But yeah, I was just like, how's it going out here? And the guy's like, the tree, it broke my chainsaw. I was like, what happened? He's like, concrete.
Damn.
I was like, there's concrete in it?
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's all this shit like when you get a home, you don't think of,
Yeah.
And you're like our friend, like they just, before the pod, there was a crazy storm last night, and there two huge trees fell in their yard.
Yeah,
and she made a post online. She's like, "Seriously, we don't even know who to call to deal with this." And I'm like, I was like, "Yeah, that sucks." See, guys, look, if you don't own a home, it's a lot more. I get it, you poor piece of shit, but like, grass is greener. You know what I mean?
Especially ours, because we have a yard. But you probably don't.
You're probably living in like a walk-up.
You don't have to maintain that yard.
But you might have one of those like cute balconies that like are just a balcony. It's weird that they even exist because you just open your sliding glass door and it's just a railing right in front of you.
And then you're only looking at the other people, the other poor people across from you. Like you don't even have a view. But you might get like that like turf stuff. That, people practice golf on.
What are you going to do?
We're all going through it is what we're saying. So Umar, in the new special... Yes. I believe you say the N-word 5 times.
Yes. No?
6 times. So the crazy. We have not podcasted in a year, which is
in a year because I think the first one the last one we did was like right before I was about to have I had 2 weddings.
Yes.
2 different weddings.
Yes. And there was a lot of prep for that, and then
because my 1 year is next weekend for the Pakistani wedding.
Crazy. So I think it was like right before then because I think I also had to take down a podcast due to I said some things about family that had to get cut.
Oh, yeah.
Which is very funny.
The amount of times we've had to delete podcasts is hilarious.
I tell you what, honestly, people that quit comedy, man, the real ripple effect. We're like, could you delete episode 86?
Oh.
I'm trying to get a job.
We had a woman do our podcast.
Can't know that I smoke pot.
A woman did our podcast. She was in town to do my show, and me and her podcast. And
yes.
She hit me up like a year ago. This is 3 years after we podcasted, and she was like, hey, I said some things on there that I just don't want people to know about me. And I'm like, yeah, totally.
No problem.
We'll get rid of it.
Yeah.
But, man, it is.
Yeah.
And it's just so stupid. I mean, like, podcast, it's just funny. I think, like, Colin Quinn, older, funny comedian says, like,
yeah, he's the best.
The number one thing that gets people in trouble is like the things they say, and then all comedians now do is spend hours and hours just putting things online of them just
stuff that we
saying
have
things.
not thought through either.
Yeah,
at least stand up. You're like, I know what I'm saying. It's been rehearsed. Like, this stuff. Like after we're done, I'll be like, I don't remember.
But even that, like, I've with the encouragement of younger comics who are doing really well on social media. He was making fun of, we did, our buddy Stavros is like a celebrity almost at this point.
Yeah.
And I did a bunch of shows. I opened for him at the DC Improv.
Yeah.
So about 8 shows.
That's wild.
Wild.
I mean, yeah,
he's gonna be a theater act next year.
I mean, Shane Gillis too, our other buddy. Like seeing Shane. Shane sold out 6 shows at Magoobies. Like I've never seen 2 Thursdays.
You know how much money that is?
Oh hell yeah!
It's insane amounts of money.
I know, it's great, man.
I had this.
Tell the people how much money now.
The host this weekend, this guy Zach, super cool dude. He lives in LA right now, but he was from Atlanta, so he was on those gigs.
Yeah.
And we were just talking, and he was, I can't remember, but it just came up. We were talking about like people like Shane and Norman and Dylan, like those are like the people he likes.
Yeah.
And something came up with like something about like we were talking about like money, and I was like, wait, how much do you think those guys make a weekend? He was like, I don't know, like $3,500. I was like, bro.
Wow.
No, are you out? You think that's what they make?
For
you
like
think
sold out
that's
shows?
all they make? $3,500?
Yeah.
But that's how funny like capital is. Like when you're in an income bracket, you can't even imagine.
Also,
because I wouldn't know that unless I was friends with some of those
unless
people.
somebody told you. But also too, it's like even him knowing that, he's like, man, I hope one day I'm okay money wise, like not even like rich, but he's just like, I hope I can live semi comfortably when I'm at the top of the top.
No, they're making like over, like the average salary in America is like $50,000.
Right.
They're making over that in a weekend.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
throw in merch and stuff,
dude. And when you're doing theaters, you could make anywhere from like 100,000 to like 250, 300,000, depending
like,
on like where you are.
Yeah, but
how
theaters
many
like
nights you do.
Theaters take a big chunk too.
Sure, they take like,
but still,
yeah,
it's like, that's the trade-off too. Is you're like, that's one night of work.
Yeah,
you know, versus like having to do 3 nights, 5 shows, 4 nights, 6 shows, whatever.
Anyway, I was opening for Stavros and our buddy Sahib Singh, who's like huge on TikTok and stuff. It was funny because when Stavros and I started doing comedy, it was like, so I was hosting, the feature act was Tim Miller, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like when we started going to DC, like Tim was like, he was like one of the dudes we looked up to. Super funny guy, super cool.
Still so funny, but also Tim's also like chilled out a little bit too. And he was never a dick, but it was just also like when you don't know him either, you're like, man, he's the man. And like even if he was like, what's up? You're like,
but we also probably did a lot of that in our head.
Yes, exactly. But I'm saying it's just so nice now to be like friends with him too on that level as well, you know.
So we're in the green room and Sahib is like, it's just so funny. He's like brown guy. He's just so Gen Z. It's hilarious. He's just so cool. He has like a vibe. His whole act is, I mean, he has an amazing act. Like that's the one cool thing about Sahib is like, he's funny online. He does like, his sketches are unreal funny.
Yeah.
And his stand-up is super funny.
Yes.
You know? Yeah.
And I think he's number 1 in the car stealing TikTok challenge. He's stolen a lot of cars. He's great.
But Sahib was saying, he was just making fun of me and Tim. He's like, you know what's funny? It's like, you guys make fun of like younger comics because, you know, it's like, oh, you guys just post, you're not even funny yet, and you're just posting clips. It's like, but you guys are like, all this material, you're like fucking dinosaurs, and you're just holding on to it for what?
Right.
And he's like, dude, clip up your shit and post it. So because I was so like, I don't want to do TikTok. I'm tired of posting. So I did, and it's been going really well.
Yeah, it's the numbers that you're doing are great.
It's insane. One of my clips have 7 million.
That's so great.
That's nuts.
Killer. Yeah, it's with TikTok. Yeah, it also doesn't feel real. I think it's because I am older too, and like so late to TikTok, where it does feel just like, oh, this is a thing like teenage girls do or whatever. But it's like there's so many fucking people on TikTok. It's unreal.
Yeah, TikTok. I don't like it just because like I think like, well, that's another thing you learn quickly too. When you have that many people watching your videos, you're like, if 7 million people are seeing something, and most of them will not like it, and they will let you know.
So also the other way where it's like this doesn't feel real, like these people don't feel real. They don't think you're a human being either.
Exactly.
They also think that you're not seeing it. You're just content that's like you're like a TV show. It's like, okay, how do we all feel about season 4 of Stranger Things? But it's Umar's clip.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, hey, you get a notification each time. They're like, fuck this guy and fuck you, Brenda.
So, and there, 1 minute clips. There's a lot of like context missing.
Yeah.
Like we were saying earlier in the pot, like you got to like establish who you are, but you're not doing that.
Also, yeah, a clip that you're posting too that's maybe a little more risque is something you're doing later in the set where like the crowd is granting you leeway where it's like, oh, we're on your side. We know your perspective. Kind of thing,
it's nuts. So you're just like, fuck. But you just can't look at it. But it's so hard to not look.
But
I think the problem for me for TikTok and like young, because it's mostly kids, is like I don't even think they know that I'm doing stand-up comedy. A lot of them, because like the art, like I'll post a joke about like spanking and I'm against it or whatever, and then all the comments are just people like giving stats on spanking and arguing for it or against it, and I'm like, this is nuts. Same thing like with my arranged marriage. I have a joke about arranged marriage, and all these comments about like, this actually happened, you're a piece of shit, and I'm like, okay, first of all, I didn't do it.
You're also like, this isn't my TED Talk.
Yeah, I'm just joking. Because like the joke is my mom was telling me to lie to a Muslim girl.
Yeah.
Which she said in jest.
Yes.
She said it jokingly. And then,
wait a minute, and you heightened that for comedic effect?
Yeah, and then, I don't know, I took it to stage, and, I fucked with the truth a little bit.
What?
I don't know if people know that people in
Umar
on stage do that.
We're recording this, right?
Yeah.
You don't want people to know.
I know. No, I'm going to release this fucking clip for all these fucking morons.
You're fibbing on stage for comedic effect?
Yeah, and they're like, how could you? This actually happens. And I'm like, take it up with the culture, not me, you dumb fuck. Yes. I don't know. I didn't make up these stupid, outdated bullshit that you still follow.
Furthermore, I'm fucking around.
And I'm fucking around. And of course, my mom would never want me to do that to somebody.
Yes.
I married a white woman because they're better than No, I'm kidding. But
finally, now you're making sense. Paul, did we get that?
Yeah.
All right.
Nuts. You're just like, you got to block all that shit, but like it's crazy.
There's so much out there. Yeah, especially too like the way my brain works. It's like positive comment, positive. Okay, good. Yeah. Then you get one negative one, you're like like the other stuff, it's like, oh, cool. This is nice. And then that one, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's tough. You gotta
it's just a part of it too. And it's also, it's like, that those people are not funny
and they're miserable. But also like, look, I also know like I say shitty things.
Yes.
Of course, people are going to get upset, and they're allowed to be upset.
Yeah.
Don't mind it. You know?
The clip that I did of like the deer sketch in the Ring camera on TikTok, there are of many people that were convinced it was an ad for the Nest camera.
Yeah.
People are and I was like,
out of their mind.
But I'm also like, Nest, where you at? I'll take some money.
Yeah.
Please.
I got to be honest. Whenever I'm in a big group of people, like if you're at the airport or like, I don't know, like, whatever, like at a festival or something.
Mosque.
Yeah.
Flat earthers get together.
You really, I really just have no hope for this country.
Eesh.
You know? I got to be honest. I really think like most, and this is not just this country.
It's just groups in general.
You look around and you're like, fuck.
I'm a bunch of dummies.
What? This is
it? Yeah.
This is like people, dude. I can't even tell you. We went to the aquarium in Atlanta. It's like the world's biggest aquarium. Mm-hmm. I've never seen so many people have to use like one of those automated wheelchairs.
Oh,
I've never seen so many in one place.
Too big?
Yeah, and you're just like, damn, dude. Wow, nah, we should cut this part out. I don't want this in there. Timestamp this.
I bet their fingers are probably too fat to comment anyway.
God. Anyway, we're supposed to talk about the special. God damn it.
Oh, yeah. What's it called? Fuck Fat People?
Yeah, so I got married, recorded a special. It's not out yet, but well, we can brainstorm. But right now it's called Who Cares?
I like that.
Just because I say it on stage a lot.
You already did Live from Baltimore. That was the last one.
Yeah.
So
it's just hard to come up with a comedy title that isn't dumb. And I mean, Who Cares is also a little like that kind of like, I'm cool, you know?
Yeah.
But I just don't know what to call it.
Gen Z rocks.
Yeah. But I did the special, got married.
Things are happening.
Things are good. Special was cool because I was like, it was the first time I got to shoot material that is, that I know is road tested.
Right.
That like it has general appeal. So I'm super pumped to put it out.
Right.
It is more mean. So that's like, now I'm nervous just seeing like these initial comments on jokes that I thought were so innocuous.
Yeah.
And people get so upset. You're just like, and this is conservatives and liberals like get upset, like it's not just like a one-sided thing. You're just like,
Umar's bad boy now.
You're like, shit. Like just on the way here, I was like, I'm going to cut that one joke that I really didn't want to cut, but I'm like, I can't risk my livelihood over a joke.
Smart. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe two I should cut.
Something to hold on to too, though. It's nice to have the footage too, and then if it's like if things are going well, I'll be like, actually, maybe I'll put this this piece out.
But I shot it at Magooby's, which is shout out to Andrew Unger. Magooby's
sold out show
opening for my buddy Mark Norman.
Yeah, that was great, dude. I'm so pumped for you. That was such a fun thing too, because Mary and I came through.
Yeah, that was
cool. And we all got to hang in the green room, and it was so nice. Yeah, because everybody was so pumped for you.
It was fun because it was just like a great comedy weekend. Thursday, we're all like hanging out in the green room, blah, blah, blah. Friday, the first show goes well. First show was like, okay.
Yeah.
Second show was like killer, but it wasn't sold out. Or I don't know, whatever. And then Saturday, both shows sell out. And also, Mark is like on a roll right now. He sells out everywhere he goes.
Yeah, dude.
And so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to record like an hour. I'm a nobody. I'll put out like 25, 30 minutes. No one knows who I am. And I think that's like smart.
Yeah.
It just, catches algorithm. Probably people are going to more likely to watch.
Yeah. Versus seeing an hour. Like the thing that I'm trying to just get clips out. Like I just call it getting points on the board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have it out there. It's like nobody's going to be like, well, how come it's not 45? It's like, it's enough to get points on the board where it's like, oh, this dude's funny. I want to check out his other stuff.
Yeah.
Which is what the special is for.
And so I was like, Mark will sell out these shows. No problem. And then, like, I know what Magooby's feels like when it's sold out. I've been lucky enough to do that a lot, open for people, and it's magic.
Yeah,
I will say, I know, like, I love the DC Improv, and it is an amazing club. Everyone says top 5, but I really think when Magooby's is sold out, it is the best club around here.
Agreed, because it used to be a dinner theater, so it is a theater. So when it's sold out, it's a smaller theater, but it's still 350 people or something like that, like 3 tiers. It's amazing.
So me and Sahib are talking, and he's like, "Dude, none of the shows are sold out yet." I'm like, "Oh shit, this is like week of the shows."
Yeah.
Then Norman texts me on Tuesday. He's like, "Dude, what the fuck is up with Timonium? Is it just like a late ticket buying town or something?" And I was like, I think so. And he's just like, dude, these sales are rough. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because when Magooby's isn't full, it is tough.
That is the funny thing. It's like, it's like, if it's the best it can be, wow, it's amazing. But if it's not, woof, it's work.
That's the thing about the improv. Like, even if it's like half full, it's magic.
Well, it's a low ceiling.
Low ceiling,
people packed in.
Is not. It's still fun. It's still a good club, but it's, as from a performer's point of view, it's not magic.
Also, people will be having fun, but the like they don't know the difference. You know what I mean? Like they're laughing and stuff, but the ceiling's so high, the energy just kind of dissipates. Yeah. So, once it's full though, like everybody's packed in, all that energy stays kind of kinetic and,
So luckily the shows did end up selling out last minute, and I think he had just done Schultz's podcast, and he said that probably really helped the numbers. But I just think people in this town just wait.
Yeah.
So Thursday, Friday shows go well, blah, blah, blah. Saturday, I'm only filming the Saturday shows.
Yeah.
Both the Saturday shows are sold out. All my family, the family that are coming, like my cousins, my brother, his girlfriend, Karen, all of her friends, like just people who go to Gin and Joe, who know me from the show I used to run. They all went to that early Saturday show. And I was like so pumped, and I was so, but like, so whatever. Like Sahib goes up, has an okay set. I'm like shit, and I go up. I'm like super nervous. I have never been that. Like I can't remember the last time I was that. Like some of the words weren't coming out right, but also like because the first joke just like didn't hit, and I was like, oh, this is bizarre.
Right.
And second joke, media, and it was just like that. The whole set, like there's never like a big pop or anything.
Also, never that moment too. You're like, all right, I got him.
I tried to do crowd work, so I have like I just reference like January 6th or something, and then later on in the set, like
Trump should be president, something like
I think I said something like, oh, like I was like, do you guys think the world's like uptight these days, like setting up a joke? And then one guy was just like, yeah, and I was like, all right, don't want to make another rally. This guy was at the Capitol. That got like a decent laugh, but then the guy's like, I'm brown, bro, and I'm like, ugh, who let a brown guy in here? Gross, get out, kick him out, and then like got nothing. And
timonium, nothing?
Yeah, and then I went for another. I was like,
I like it's timonium. You're like, time to dip into the racist bag to get him back.
Let me. Yeah, I mean, this is a no fail.
Yeah.
Then I made it just like another. It got like an okay, and then he got upset and just like started like yelling out, and I just like steamrolled over, and his girlfriend, I could see her like, dude, stop! What are you doing? Then
Jesus.
Then another crowd work moment just went nowhere, and I was like, fuck.
And this was because also
and I was recording this set.
Also, typically too, the Saturday early show is usually like the best show.
That's gone.
Yeah.
I feel like there's probably the worst show at this point because it's all date night now.
Yeah,
because all the podcasts, because now like everyone's coming to like they're
the Thursday,
Friday nights because like, it's all the podcast fans who want to see like the headliner
like
blah,
immediately.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I get off stage. I'm like, that sucked. I'm like having a fucking meltdown, dude. Like a meltdown. I'm like,
yeah.
And like everyone, like, Sahib, like Karen and her friends were like, what? We thought it was great.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was just a weird energy. My one cousin, he was in town from California. The first time he saw me perform was like when I first started. I was like a month in stand-up. He saw me perform at a place in a town called Golden West. And of course I sucked and I ate it. And now he sees, and it was just like, it wasn't horrible, but it just wasn't great.
Yeah.
And even he was like, yeah, just like, and even Norman had a rough set. And it was just like, and he's like, yeah, it just felt like the laughs were like fake. It felt like people were just trying to laugh when they thought they were supposed to. It was bizarre.
Interesting. So just like a weird vibe for everybody.
So weird.
Yeah.
Karen's in the green room. Like all of her friends are still in the audience. She's in the green room, like trying to like her and Sahib and like trying to talk to like, dude, you'll get it on the next one. And I'm just like freaking out.
Yeah.
Karen's like, you need a drink. And I'm like, I don't want. She's like, dude, you need a drink.
Yeah.
So I get a drink. And then I talk to Andrew. He's like, dude, just go like do some bullshit jokes you don't care about first. And I'm like, all right, that's a good idea. And then I have a second drink.
Because also a late show, you can go a little longer too.
Well, and then
right?
Norman was really nice. Like we went out to lunch. And he's like, dude, do whatever you need to get this. If you need to do 30 minutes, do 30 minutes. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, when I was hanging out before the show, he was so nice. He was like, literally, he goes like, this is about you tonight, which is so cool.
Insane.
He's
so
nice. Cool. Because he was like, they're like, well, we have sold out show the second show, so they got to turn the audiences around and get everybody out. And then Norman was like, I'll do 5 minutes less.
Yeah.
And like for him to do that, like he's like, he loves being on stage, loves doing jokes, and like shows how much he likes you, that he's like, shave it off my time. This is about you.
Yeah. So second show, so he goes up, hot set. He sets up the audience really nice. And then I go up, dude, I got to be honest, top 5 sets of my life.
Fuck yeah.
We're not going to even use one fucking thing from the first show. That I would say that's almost a perfect set. It was just
incredible.
Like, insane.
Yeah.
It was like just the perfect audience. Every joke hit, just murder. Dude, I'll show you after this. I have this crazy crowd work moment
where you're like, fuck brown people.
Yeah.
They're like, yes.
And then we killed a brown guy on stage.
Yeah. Get him up here. We're lynching him.
Yeah.
You're like,
and then,
man,
my mom came. And then we forced a Muslim chick to marry me.
You on stage. People going nuts. You're
it was
like, man,
crazy.
that first crowd was uptight.
It was amazing.
Hell yeah.
I did 30 minutes.
Yes.
just fucking murdered.
That's awesome, dude.
It was amazing.
Because sometimes, like it really stings to have, especially like when you're filming it, everything's heightened. But usually you just want to kill anyway, obviously. But yeah, you're being filmed. You know, this is like you're gonna put this out. There's people in the audience.
Yeah.
The pressure is there, and then just that feeling afterwards of like it was bad. Like I'm sure everybody was like it was good, but to you it's like terrible.
Great.
But to use that inspiration, like to like flip that and be like, actually, I'm gonna fucking crush this next one is awesome, man.
And dude, and so then my buddy Chris LaMartina filmed it. Shout out to Chris, great dude.
Yeah.
He sent me the video just to give him like edit notes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, dude, it's cool. I was just like, could you just turn up like the audience a little bit more though? And he was like, oh, dude, I didn't even put the audio clip. That's just from the camera. I'm like, holy shit. So it's going to sound
incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
Fuck yeah, dude. Congrats, man.
Thanks, man.
I love it.
So pumped.
Fuck yeah. So we're going to call it Who Cares?
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll keep people posted.
We'll
keep them posted. That's great, dude. I'm so excited for
Yeah.
you,
Thanks, dude.
Fuck yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that was I wanted to be there for the set, but then Steve Byrne was in town opening for Colin Jost.
No, yeah,
in DC,
I totally
and he was like, "You should come hang out." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Jost remembered me too. He goes, "We met before, right?"
Yeah,
And I was
that's
like,
awesome.
Oh, please, come on,
Nice.
come on, Colin.
Hell yeah, dude.
Colin Jost, old pal,
Ooh,
old
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, that's right. And then we ended up at some weird restaurant with a bunch of like weird Virginia millionaires, like literally a guy that owns a golf course, owns a country club. That's what it is. And like they do not allow women there at the country club.
Wow.
Like,
Are you allowed to do that still?
yeah. Apparently, like, because we were trying to figure out who the fuck he is and what his like club is.
Yeah.
And we found it online. I forget what it's called. It sounds like a racist name too. It's like, like Angelwood or something. I forget what it is, but yeah, like they even had a thing where it's like if dignitaries come from another country that come here, ambassadors, whatever, and if they want to play there and they have like women on their security detail, they're like they gotta wait outside.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's nuts. That's some like Middle Eastern shit.
Yeah. It's like exactly. It's like rich white guys in Middle East. Yeah,
they are very alike, dude.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. They hate each other.
Like, and you love oil too?
They both love guns. They both love God.
Religion.
They both love their country. They
women,
really
keep them out of the country club.
They don't. They really only want to be around women when they want to fuck and eat.
Yeah,
that's
Qatar, cut them out of the country club. You know what I mean?
They should be friends.
They should be. Exactly. It's like Pittsburgh and Baltimore. You know what I mean? Here we are.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
We're back.
We are back, baby. We're gonna try to make this a weekly thing.
Yeah.
I think we can do that.
We got it.
We got the full camera set up here. We got producer Paul on the ones and twos. There he is.
Ooh, do you have a mic?
Nah, no mic. That's why I've been so silent.
We'll get you a mic.
Yeah.
What are we at time wise, Paul?
Oh yeah.
I love it. Let's get in the fucking pool, huh? So yeah, follow us online. I'm at Josh Kuderna on everything. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm trying to post new clips every Monday and doing some sketch stuff and stuff with Paul, who edits everything. He's the man.
I'm Umar Khan 821, and I'm not gonna do dates. Who gives a shit? Just follow us. We post all of our dates. Come see us live, please.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Peace.
Oh, we can cut it there, but maybe this will be extra content. But I wanted to talk about this. I just remembered though. But Mary is getting her oil changed right now. And she said, she was like, this guy that's like supposed to be helping her is just like, he's like, oh, I don't see what was what they did for you last time. It's not in the system. I'm gonna go hunt it down for you. I'm gonna Sherlock Holmes. She's like, okay, my guy. And then he's like, you have really pretty hair. He's like, she's like, all right. And so she's texting me all this stuff. Then he goes to her. He goes, do you like Panera bread?
Oh, like, no.
I'm like, oh, no, she's going to leave me for this guy. I can't compete with Panera bread. Imagine hitting on somebody. Like, talk about the thing with, like, strangers, too. Just being like, so, do you like Panera bread?
Yeah, that's amazing,
like,
dude. Panera bread was cool, like, 25 years
when
ago.
it first came out, where you're like, oh, this is healthy. It's not McDonald's, but
and then you realize it's exactly
it's
like
all
McDonald's.
the same shit. Yeah, where it's like soup and a fucking bread.
Yeah,
bowl.
why would any place where you can eat the bowl after you eat your soup? Why would it be healthy?
the thing that houses the food?
Yeah, there's like just like God, American dude. And that's like our parents are like. It's so crazy. Like our parents will tell us like. Oh, this generation, they're stupid. They don't know how to save money, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you guys were feeding us Panera thinking it was healthy. You fucking moron.
Happy Meals.
You thought Beanie Babies? You invested in you thought Beanie Babies was your ticket out of your...
To be fair, the Beanie Baby for us now is cryptocurrency, though.
Yes, I'm not participating.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, on my way here, a buddy was like, dude, I just lost half my savings in crypto. I was like, what?
Eesh. I got me a little crypto, about $500,000, but not much.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna hold on to it. We got to get a digression session coin going.
Yeah.
My dad, he has back problems and like gets like kind of stiff, and I'm like, what about like stretching? Would you want to like stretch in the morning? He goes, Josh, I've never stretched a day in my life.
I know.
And I'm like, maybe that's why you're back.
Yeah, that like
He's like, no.
That's like that is like toxic masculinity, where you're like you're so manly you won't do something that would help you.
Never stretched a day in my life.
So funny. Yeah.
What do I need to stretch for, to get fucked in my age?
Yeah.
Like, no.
God.
All right, we got it there. Bye,
Cool.
everybody.
Peace.
Nice. That was good, I thought.
That was fun, yeah.